What's up, guys? It's JpCharisma speaking, and I'm here with Sean Moore. We are in his 2017 340i X-Drive. So far what he has on it is just downpipes, a tune, and upgraded fuel system. That way he can run full E85.
Yeah, it's just a fuel pump. Everything else is stock for the fuel system.
How much power are you making?
450 to 455 wheel horsepower, tall four wheels, and 515 to 530 torque, tall four wheels, depending on the run. They told me their dyno reads like 10-12% low.
Jesus, that torque.
I know, it's addictive.
I'm not...
It's addictive.
Dude, we just got him eating dust, bro. A huge dust cloud. Bro, the torque, like, I'm not used to torque because like I got a Z and...
Well, see, like right now you're at like 2200. Just like ease into the gas and just feel how it pushes.
Like that.
Right, like it's just, it's addictive when you're driving around town. That's what I love about this car. Bro. Like I don't have to like drive crazy and get on it to enjoy driving it.
You don't have to be flying to like, feel the
You don't have to wind out the engine like you do in a VQ. Peak torque is between 2 and 3K RPM, and then it holds torque pretty steady up until like 4,500, 5,500 RPM, and then the torque drops off, but that's right about where peak horsepower hits.
God.
But then with the transmission tune and the custom E85 tune, just looking at the dyno graph when I was at Vortex, right around 62, 6,300, the horsepower also starts to taper off, so that's kind of a really good time. That's just from testing it out on the street. That's why I shift 63, 6,500 at the latest, because then it puts me in a really good range
roll
for the next year.
This thing? Okay.
I haven't yet.
You could wait a little later to shift it. It shifts pretty fast. It's like a...
The transmission itself, the gear switch is quick.
Where did we come from? Crap, we're running out of room.
Before the gas pedal, and then as soon as it hits 3K, let off the brake.
All right. The launch is like, it gets you.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever ridden in the passenger seat of this car while somebody else launched it.
Right. Well, I think I can launch it better than that. Because like, just do like one more launch.
Yeah, you didn't get any wheel spin there. You might be able to get a little bit more out of that.
Yeah, okay, so maybe a little bit.
Make sure the brake pedal's pressed all the way down there to the floor.
Launching this thing is so easy, like...
Yeah, I'm telling you, and it feels comfortable doing it. Like you don't feel like
launching at about like 3,000. It didn't really want to go to like 3,200. The 340i, I would definitely say like the steering feels a little more electronic than the Z. I would definitely take this car to like Sebring or something. And then usually I like brake like really hard, like right about, well, a little bit further if we were on a track. And then I just kind of go like this. And then usually I kind of... Yeah, wish we were on a track. Wait,
you have to slap it back over to go.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm like,
there you go, perfect.
That is one thing about these BMW. I don't like that. That's too much work. This ain't my car, so I gotta do a whole 3-point turn with this. I do like this rear backup camera you got going. You can be a race car and have luxury at the same time. That is one thing I like about this thing. That torque, it's just like...
Yeah.
Torque comes in at about 3,500 RPMs. We'll say that, yeah, about there. 4 to 5, that's just like when your top end kind of kicks in.
Peak is a little bit, peak torque is a little bit before 3K, but horsepower is still pretty low. So like you're right, like around a little over 3K, 3,500. Torque is still really high, but horsepower is higher there.
Oh my God, it's like, this car is very addictive to drive.
Yep. Which that's what I wanted from my daily driver, something that I had fun driving.
Like, this
Especially
thing
driving around
really
Florida.
takes these turns. Like, we already back at these couple. Like, oh my god, that torque. That is the one thing I really like about the 340i. So you only have downpipes, E85,
it's a catted
a
downpipe.
tune,
Yep.
and that's it. And you're making 500 wheel horsepower and 600 torque.
Yeah.
How much do you think it costs to usually do that? Like an average?
I got a catted downpipe, so it was
Yeah.
a little bit more. I think you can get the VRSF Catted downpipe for like $400. The fuel pump, though, for me to be able to run full E85 was $1,700 because it's a stage 2 fuel pump. But you can buy the Toyota Supra fuel pump and run E50 just fine with that one, and it's like $900 for that one. So between the $1,700 fuel pump and the downpipe, that right there is like $2,200, and then the boot mode license was $600, and then the tune from F80 Paul, the custom 85 tune, was $600.
So $1,200
for the tune,
and then
$1,700 for the fuel pump, so 20, that's $2,900, and then $400 for the downpipe, $3,200.
So $3,200, and you have a car that makes 500 wheel horsepower and 600 torque.
Yeah.
Bro, if you buy a 350Z or a 370Z, you spend about $5K for only like 350 wheel horsepower, which is like
I loved my Z,
a piece of crap. No, that is, I'm saying for the money to power ratio, that is definitely
for the aftermarket,
not worth it. That's not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
This car averages around like 33,000.
So I paid $30K for this one. It had 18,000 miles on it. It's got the red interior is a little bit more. The M Sport package is a little bit more.
Yeah.
The X Drive is a little bit more. You can find these rear wheel drive that are not decked out for like in the mid to high 20s right now because of the COVID market.
Jesus.
A year from now, you'll be able to buy base model rear wheel drive 340s with the B58 in it.
Yeah.
For low 20s.
And you're only spending like $3,200 for 500 wheel horsepower and 600 torque. Like, that is a steal. Like, how could you say no to that? You have the luxury of a BMW, all the nice interior, like the heated steering wheel, heated seats, AC, like.
And
it's a nice car.
The B58 and F30, the chassis, like BMW's had reliability issues in the past, like everybody knows that, but
like the N54s. Right,
the N54s, the N55s were a huge improvement for reliability, but they were kind of disappointing from a tuning perspective. These, the B58s, I mean, there are no chronic issues with them. Been able to find they're very reliable. The problems people have with this platform is after they start making big power, I have heard of a couple people snapping drive shafts. That's really it. You do get taxed on maintenance, though, if you don't do your own maintenance. Like oil changes, brakes, that's expensive on these cars.
But I mean, most car enthusiasts are doing all that stuff. Would you say that you have to have like special tools in order to work on a BMW rather than...
No, not really. When I gapped my spark plugs for this, it was just like a thin-walled socket, it was called, but it's, you know, it's not like BMW specific. I did my plugs on my VQ, I didn't need a thin-walled socket. This one needed that to fit.
So just little extra things here and there that you gotta do.
Nothing special. I ordered coils for it, and I looked up on YouTube. It's the exact same thing as you would do on any other car.
And did you do the fuel system yourself, or did you pay someone else to do it?
Andre, you know Andre.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Andre helped me put the downpipe on. He's awesome, man. He knocked that out in like 45 minutes. He was like, it might take me a couple hours. He came up to my house and done in 45 minutes. High pressure fuel pump. He helped me out with that as well, which is it's a really simple install. But
did you have to like do any cutting or splicing or no?
No, nothing at all.
It was just like plug and play pretty much.
And it's a straight 6, so there's room in the engine bay to get around and work. Everything you need to get to is right there.
Now you're making me want to buy one of these things, because like
it's
with Z, it's like you spend $5K, you get 350 wheel horsepower. Like, I mean, it's a fun car to drive. Nonetheless, like, I love my car and I love tracking and Sebring and all that, but like, for the amount of money that you have to put into it in order to get power is just ridiculous. And to compare this car to the 750 wheel horsepower Z I drove, I would definitely say like this car feels a little bit more dramatic, because like the Z I didn't even, like, I thought I was gonna be scared to drive a car with 750 horsepower.
Right.
I didn't feel scared at all.
Right.
But like with this, like the torque, like it gives it that drama that like.
Well, and that's what makes you lose control. You know what I'm saying? Is torque. So like when you feel that torque, it makes you a little unsure of what might happen.
Yeah, it makes you a little unsure, but it's fun. Well, like, but like the Z is like you have 750 horsepower, but like I could beat on that 750 horsepower like all day without a problem. But like this, it's like if it's a little slippery or you don't have any traction and none of that, like you're definitely gonna get yourself into situations. Yeah. But I mean, it's good that you have all-wheel drive though. Like, definitely helps with traction and all that. It
is a little quicker. Like you can put a good tire on the back of a rear-wheel drive 340i and make close to the same times at the drag strip with it. But I don't know. I wanted something that had power and torque that I could use on the street whenever I wanted access to it.
But I mean, speaking about the drag strip, what time did you put on this car?
Over the summer, it was hot and humid as here in Florida. I was at Bradenton Motorsports Park, and it ran an 11.2 at 121. It cut a 1.6 second 60 foot. It runs consistently between 11.2, 11.4 after heat soak sets in a little bit. This winter, when the temperature is a little bit nicer, I know I can get a 10.9 out of it.
But I would definitely say between letting the car shift for you and shifting the car definitely makes a huge difference in how the car feels, because you're able to like stay in that power band a little bit longer. Right. And it feels a little bit more responsive. But like when I was earlier in like the comfort mode, like
you can go into the XHP transmission tune and adjust what RPMs it shifts at when you leave it in automatic mode. So you can play with. I've just never really felt like bothering with it.
But I would definitely say for this car, like the 340i, you can buy this car, get upgraded fuel system, downpipes, make 500 horsepower, 600 foot-pounds of torque, go race your car, and then daily drive this right afterwards because it's just that comfortable. Like, and you don't have any other problem. Like, from what you said, it sounds like the B58s, like in the 340is, just are reliable in general. So you're not really gonna have to worry about like beating on it too much.
I drive the out of this car. I mean, it's like you said, it's addictive, man. So like even just going to work and stuff, I treat it well. It's maintenance and everything like that. So, but there haven't really been any big failures or issues with these B58s.
For the price and for what it's worth, I would definitely recommend somebody getting a 340i, because like there's really not a lot of cars in the market where you can spend $3,200 and make this much power.
Went out with options on this basically. Like the only thing this doesn't have is the track package with the adaptive suspension.
And I really do like these brakes. Is it what piston is on the front? Because I know the fronts are a little bit larger than the rear.
I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you. I haven't done a lot of reading up on the brakes.
It looks like you have the upgraded brakes.
It's an M Sport, so the brakes are it does have the M Sport brakes, but
they definitely make a huge difference in those turns and stuff.
It makes me wonder though, like how much better it would feel with the track package with the adaptive suspension, because that's supposed to be even better.
And you just have the M suspension, or?
So the M Sport package is really just wheels and ground effects, like aerodynamic stuff. I think the brakes might be included with that. Yeah. But it doesn't, the M Sport package isn't really anything performance-wise. Like if you want the M Performance sound kit, you have to pay extra for that on top of the M package. So
they just put some noises in your car so it sounds sporty?
Right.
Yeah, that's now, they did that with the 370Zs and the newer, if you get like a 20s.
Well, they say it adds power, but it's the tune, right? So when you go have BMW install that, they also reflash the ECU.
Gotcha.
Or you can just go have somebody tune your car.
My friend Nick Kumar, he figured out a way to kind of do the factory flash on his 335i. So maybe it's like that, because he's not tuned, but he changed the flash on his car so that way it can make a little bit more power. I really love this car a lot. Like for the price and for what it's worth, I definitely would say you're getting what you paid for, 100%. But yeah. But alright guys, it was nice reviewing this car. Like I said earlier, this car only has downpipes, upgraded fuel system, and a tune, and it's making 500 horsepower and 600 foot-pounds of torque. I definitely would say for just those simple mods, it's worth it. You should definitely get yourself a 340i. I'm definitely in the X-Drive. I think it'd be cool if I drove one that was rear wheel drive just to see how it is with like the turn in, like in the oversteer and the understeer, just to see like how dramatic of a difference it would be. But other than that, I really loved driving this car. Thank you again for letting me
no problem.
review your car, bro.
I saw a couple of your other reviews and, you know, seen you around and stuff. So.
I'm trying to get better at reviews. I'm not the best at it, but, you know, we're making content, so.
You got charisma, JpCharisma. You're good to go. That's all you need. You got the foundation.
Thank you guys for watching. Please comment and subscribe. And remember, let's turn our dreams into reality.